38, verses 4 through 7, and Romans 8:28. I think we can all agree that life can get pretty disappointing sometimes, and I have a few questions to see if these are true. Raise your hand if these statements ever apply to you. I have never experienced rejection. I have never experienced sadness. I have never lost anything valuable. I have never had something close to me taken away. And I have always had my prayers answered in the way that I wanted it to. Clearly, everyone doesn't have, what they expected when it comes to your crush saying no to you on iMessage, or you praying for your team to win the Super Bowl and then they lose. But I have one more question. Have you ever thought that as long as you're with God, everything is okay? In the verse, it says, in everything, God works for our good. And some people interpret that as simple. As long as I'm with God, everything's going to be all right. But through our own personal experiences, we can all tell that's wrong. Let's take a look at a guy's life who's the extended version of Alexander, no good, horrible, very bad guy. Job verses 1 through 3 says, there was a man named Job who lived in the country of Uz. He was a good, honest man who respected God and refused to do evil. Job had 7 sons and 3 daughters. He owned 7,000 sheep, 3,000 camel, 1,000 oxen, and 500 female donkeys. He had many servants. He was the richest man in the East. So it seems as if Job has a perfect life. And in the following verses we read that Job soon loses everything that he was blessed with. His servants, his family, his cattle, all gone. Now Job is now crying out to God. God, why has this happened to me? You see, I have prayed, I have fasted, I have done everything I could. So why are you punishing me? And now Job now speaks out to God. In Job 38, verse 4 through 7. God says, where were you when I laid the foundations of the earth? Tell me, if you know so much, who determined its dimensions and stretched out the surveying line? What supports its foundation? And who laid its cornerstone as the morning stars sang together? And all the angels shouted out for joy. Now God begins to talk to Job. Do you really know me? Do you really know what I have done for you? You see, Job's circumstances were so big that he didn't see who God was anymore. God had a perspective laid out for Job, and Job couldn't really see it. In the following verses, we now figure out that God has now replenished everything that Job has. In fact, he doubles everything that he has. But it doesn't feel the pain and suffering inside his heart. And deep inside, we all know, whether, if you lose something important or you lost something that makes you sad, we all know, not everything is going to be all right. If you have questions that won't get answered, you just got to live through it. And in Romans 8:28, it says, we know in everything God works for our good for those who love him. These are the people that God chose because that was his plan. Now that verse doesn't mean that everything will end up all right at the end of a movie or a sitcom, but it means that even though our answers won't get answered, we know that deep inside God is with us and he can bless us if all we have to do is just reach out to him.